morning, everyone, and thanks for joining us here at 7. I'm Tracey McCain.
I'm Caitlin Nuclo. You're watching Eyewitness News here on the Wax. Let's get right to your forecast. Meteorologist Jill Gilardi is here with the details, and shaping up to be a pretty nice day out there.
It sure is, and we're just seeing thin high and mid-level clouds. So you're still getting plenty of sunshine through these clouds as we're getting the light of day. You're obviously seeing the visible satellite, which you need the sun to come up in order to see the clouds. And there we go. We're starting to see them. Also, you can't help but notice we have a lot of green to our south and west. So we will be talking about rain entering the picture, but not quite yet. So a very dry start. Winds are locked. There are those high and mid-level clouds moving across the sky, 57 degrees. A little less in the way of filtered sunshine, but it's still present in New Haven, 61 and calm. Temperatures this morning warmer than it was yesterday, thanks to that southerly wind flow. So 60s, New Haven, upper 50s, Hartford. So mild to kick off the day. And as we go through the rest of today, we won't be quite as warm as yesterday. The clouds will get thicker as time goes on. But yeah, the lawn's also pretty thick too. So if you haven't had a chance to knock that out, giving you a first alert to go ahead and do so before that rain moves in for tonight especially. So we're timing it out for you, talking about amounts. That's coming up a little bit later, but for now, let's get an update on traffic with Caitlin. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Jill. Good morning, everyone. 7:02 here on your Wednesday. Thanks so much for waking up with us on the Wax. First alert, though, this just popped up literally seconds ago in Berlin. Route 9 southbound between exits 35 and 33. The right shoulder is blocked off. You can see it's right by that exit ramp here. Again, Route 9 southbound. This is right about exit 33. So make sure that as you are passing this incident that you are just slowing it down. If you can move over, that will be very helpful and keep everyone safe. Live look here in Waterbury, 84 westbound, the lower deck of the Mixmaster here in Meriden along 691 east and westbound. Nice and light traffic volume and still so quiet in Middletown along Route 9 there as you're approaching Portland. You can see the Aragoni Bridge there off in the distance. Nice calm, clear conditions out there this morning. No weather issues right now. Tomorrow morning will look a little bit different. Again, that one crash that I'm following for you on Route 9 and your drive times as you're getting ready to hit the road looking pretty typical. Let's quick check your Connecticut Chevy First Alert traffic report driven by your Connecticut Chevy dealers. Right now, a police investigation continues at the Brass Mill Center in Waterbury after 5 people were hurt in a shooting there yesterday afternoon.
A person of interest is now in custody, and your reporter Roger Suzanin has been there live all morning. Roger, we're expecting to get an update soon. What are you learning this morning?
Yeah, good morning, ladies. We expect that update in a matter of hours at 10:45. Police will give a press conference about this situation. But as horrible as it is, really could have been even more tragic. As you mentioned, a single gunman, according to police, opened fire inside the mall here and shot 5 people. But incredibly, they're all expected to survive, but we do expect to learn much more about this shooting later this morning. I do want to take you back, though, to those moments of terror. This footage was captured by an eyewitness inside a store just moments after those shots were fired. Waterbury police tell us a man in his 20s, they believe, pulled the trigger, fired multiple shots, again hitting 5 people. All of those victims rushed to the hospital. Some suffered some pretty serious injuries, but again, they are all expected to survive. And after a 6-hour manhunt yesterday, investigators did take one person into custody. At this point, they're only calling him a person of interest, but that could change throughout the morning. They believe this violence began with a fight that escalated into a targeted attack. They don't believe anybody in the public is in any danger, but one eyewitness tells us when he heard those gunshots, chaos erupted around him.
And it was really emotional. Like, I didn't know what was going on. And then I heard some noise. I see a group of teenagers running because we heard a gunshot.
And let's spin it for you. Later today, we know again that press conference from Waterbury Police Department is going to be at 10:45 this morning. We will stream it live on the WFSB News app. And as soon as we learn any more information, we'll share it with you as it happens. Reporting live this morning in Waterbury, I'm your reporter, Roger Suzanne, in Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
For right now, police are searching for an armed robbery suspect in East Haddam. Investigators say he stormed into the 7-Eleven on Falls Road yesterday, pulled out a 10-inch long knife. He demanded money from the clerk, and after a brief struggle, he took off with 10 packs of cigarettes. The clerk was not hurt, but the robber got away on a motorcycle. You see some pictures here. Police say he was wearing a helmet with a green biohazard symbol. If you know anything, call police.
Right now, Willimantic police are looking for the driver of a pickup truck who they say hit a moped rider right near North and Ash Streets Monday night. Police say the driver took off from the scene, and that moped driver remains in the hospital this morning with serious injuries.
This morning, we've learned some new information here about a man accused of putting a camera inside of a women's bathroom at the Walmart in Norwich. We now know he's a school employee as well. The superintendent of Sprague Public Schools says that Grayson Ware has been suspended and is now banned from school property. Well, this morning, the Route 190 bridge connecting Enfield and Suffield is back open. It was shut down about 9 o'clock last night because of a crash there. There were no serious injuries.
This morning, the city of New Haven has a budget for the next fiscal year. The Board of Alders passed an amended version of the mayor's $703 million spending plan last night. It provides an additional $5 million for the city school district, but the mayor is asking state leaders for more money to avoid potential layoffs and program cuts. Well, today, a mother and her son are due in court facing charges related to the death of a 17-year-old girl in New London. Police say 2 years ago, the man strangled his then-girlfriend to death during a fight. The suspects face a number of charges, including accessory to commit murder.
Boating season is officially here, and right now the U.S. Coast Guard is working to improve safety at the mouth of the Connecticut River in Old Saybrook. That's where they're installing a flashing light at the end of the break wall, and they also moved a buoy away from it. The changes come after a deadly boat crash last year. The boat's operator is facing criminal charges in that case. Prosecutors say he was drunk at the time of the crash. He made a brief court appearance yesterday and is due back in court in July.
And right now, the New Haven Police Department is working to improve training for Mayday scenarios. The training comes after firefighter Ricardo Torres died while battling a fire 4 years ago. Federal investigators just released a report with a series of recommendations to keep firefighters safe. The chief says the department already made changes to prevent future tragedies.
This was something that no firefighter or fire chief ever wants to experience.
Well, you can find that full report on the WFSB app.
This morning, a New Haven man facing multiple charges after a crash in East Haven that left one person with serious injuries. Police say the suspect was drunk when he hit a curb and blew a tire. A passenger who was sitting in the window was thrown from the car and was taken to the hospital for treatment. The suspect is due in court next week.
Well, for the first time, we are hearing from the family of a 70-year-old woman whose remains were discovered inside her West Haven home. Tina Lloyd's sister says she is devastated by her death. She says she sent Tina a message and never heard back, and that's when she knew something was wrong.
Tina, when she gets busy, she loved life, you know, and we were going to meet up on the birthday, which is mine's the 14th, hers the 20th, and I text her and got no answer.
The victim's son, who's accused of starting a fire inside the house, made a brief court appearance yesterday and pleaded not guilty to an attempted arson charge. Prosecutors say more charges are expected. Now to news breaking overnight. One person was killed. Dozens of Palestinians were hurt, mostly by gunfire, when a crowd overwhelmed a distribution center in Gaza. Aid workers are desperately trying to provide food and supplies after a nearly 3-month blockade. Nearby Israeli troops fired gunshots to try to control the situation.
This morning, thousands of Pratt & Whitney workers are back on the job after agreeing to a new contract.
And it brings an end to a strike that lasted more than 3 weeks. Your reporter Marcy Jones explains why some workers say the agreement is not good enough.
Well, even after weeks of negotiations and stalemates, some folks say that they feel that there's more to hash out. Some even going into this new contract feeling unsettled. A passionate vote among union members ended a more than 3-week-long strike for thousands of Pratt & Whitney workers yesterday. Many of them tell us they braved the elements, picketing for things like higher wages, stronger pensions, and job security. While some workers say they're just happy to be back on the clock, others have expressed disappointment, arguing the new contract was just reworded and contained no meaningful changes.
They stripped us of the $5,000 signing bonus.
The company could have definitely done more for us. We got a lot of people that are hurting now.
Some Pratt & Whitney workers say even though they're heading back to the job today, they will remain organized and hopeful that more changes are on the horizon. Your reporter in East Hartford, Marcy Jones, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
This morning, General Dynamics workers finalized a new 5-year contract with Electric Boat. More than 80% of the workers voted in favor of that deal, which will increase wages. The agreement was reached just hours before workers there threatened to go on strike.
Well, much milder to kick off the day. How about that? With temperatures either in the 50s or still in the 60s. So very mild conditions down towards, say, New Haven. That flow is light. It's gentle right now coming out of the southwest. We've had these high-level clouds building in. Still plenty of filtered sunshine, for example, in Torrington. The clouds become thicker, but we're staying dry through at least the afternoon hours with a high around 70 in Torrington, getting up to the mid-70-degree range. It's possible there in Windsor Locks, and the sky conditions, again, similar across the state. New London, you'll get into the mid-60s because of that wind off the water. So we're dry during the afternoon hours, but we're giving you that first alert. We're going to be tracking rain building in tonight. We'll show you how long that rain's going to last and how much we could see for the lawn and garden coming up a little bit later.